Got his name completely wrong, and I felt terrible. So it's Nemo for the folks watching at home. It's certainly not spelled like Nemo.
Yep.
And this guy here, Joe Nelson, boasting a 2-0 record. This guy is an absolute wrestling animal. Nobody wants to fight this guy. We finally found a worthy contender and a great challenger here in Nemo Maung.
Well, and Apex Martial Arts is a hotbed right now. They've got a lot of competitors coming out of there and doing things all around the Northeast. Makes you want to get like all bougie up in here.
Why? Is he really coming out to this song?
Listen, I remember back in the day, a guy by the name of Jake something came out to R. Kelly Bump and Grind. I think that was before he peed all over them girls, but...
I remember watching Kyle Kaler come out to Chocolate Salty Balls by Chef from South Park.
I remember Burlington Brawl, Jeff Case came out to Like a Virgin.
Rich Cloudhammer with ODB, I think, is one of the best ones we've had, though, in a while.
Oh, yeah, we weren't talking about best.
Well, excuse me.
But yeah, ODB, absolutely.
We got another Duff Home student, Mohawk Valley MMA.
And if you notice, they're surrounded by a whole group of people. That's a school who always brings a crowd.
Yeah. They travel together.
Wait a second, that's not Nemo.
Yeah. You can't see him.
No, Duff's like 6 feet taller than everybody.
Oh my God. I was like, wait a second, that's not Nemo. There's Nemo.
Amanda Brundage, who's like 6 feet tall, and then Duff blocking the way for Nemo. There he is.
You know, and I'm not 100% familiar from where he's from, but
he's from the Karen tribe, which is on the border of...
Isn't it near Laos?
Laos. Thailand and Burma.
Now, so my point to that was this young man grew up fighting. It's part of their culture. It's what you do.
Grew up fighting, and when a man is becoming a man, they climb this tree or whatever, and they tie a vine around their ankles. If they jump and it's short enough and they don't hit the ground, they're a man. If it's too long and they break their neck or whatever, they're not. From what I've been told. So apparently, Nemo's a man.
Or he lost a few inches in the process.
Now, I made that reference back to, ignorant fans earlier, and I was talking about the fight with Shea Guthrie at Cage Wars 39. He was actually fighting Nemo Maung.
Old Nemo. This will be Nemo's biggest challenge to date, for sure.
Well, and it's always been a challenge for Nemo, because even though Nemo comes from MVMMA, I've not necessarily seen the crossover of wrestling into his game.
And he's not, the language barrier is a very tall one between Duff and Nemo. Great tattoo work, though.
Yeah.
We're going to bring it up to our ring announcer, Mike Falvo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next fight on the main card of Cage Wars 50. It is in our 145-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday at 141 pounds. Representing Apex Combat Sports out of Johnson City, New York, the COVID Kid, Joe Nelson.
Did I hear that right?
I don't know what that means, the COVID kid.
I thought I said COVID kid.
That's what he said too.
Right corner. He weighed in yesterday at 144 pounds even. Representing Mohawk Valley Mixed Martial Arts out of New Hartford, New York, Nyein.
Nemo might be actually the oldest fighter we have on the card. I believe he's in his 40s.
And the man in charge of the action when the door closes, Mr. Matt Goler.
Goler putting some time in tonight.
Listen, absolutely. It's good to have him back in there reffing.
Yep.
The Nemo chance.
Hey, remember back in the day when Nels Larson used to ref?
Well, but that's part of the problem is when you have athletes. He was doing that before he had a school.
Yep.
Because he and I were traveling with the ISKA reffing, and then he opened up the school. And that makes it really tough because you got
Absolutely.
conflicts of interest.
He also discovered McGriddles, and it was all downhill from there.
I'm going to let him trash you.
He already does. So I'm wondering how long before Joe will shoot here.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Now, let's put this in perspective. You can put both these guys together. They're still not as heavy as Gerald.
They're not as heavy as
Gerald Wicks.
one of the guys after rehydrating in our heavyweight title fight either.
Nice
Nyein
leg
with
kick.
amazing kicks.
Now, but the thing about that is he's always gotten in trouble because he didn't follow it up or set it up. So when you're against a high-level wrestler, they're going to follow that kick back in. They might take a few, but they're going to follow it.
Nemo's not smiling tonight. He means business.
No, he was shaking his head at him like, come on, let's go. There's that shot there. He gets Nemo down, but not
Nemo
for long.
right back up.
Nice trip.
Right into
into
Maung.
full mount.
Yeah.
Hooks in.
Nemo separating them legs.
Now, Will, if you are Joe Nelson, where do you go from here to make sure you can get this fight finished?
Well, you compose yourself first and foremost because a lot of times guys get in mount and they try to do something too fast and end up getting rolled, and then you're on the bottom
Position.
before submission. So right now, gain control. Look to work for something. Soften them up with some ground and pound.
Right.
You're in no rush.
Yeah.
It's round one.
And all right, let's flip the coin and reverse the roles here. If you're Nemo, how do you get out of this situation? Jay? Oh, well, now he's got his back.
You don't want to go to your stomach.
You usually want to try to push on the hips, get to a hip, regain at least half guard.
Push on the hips. If you can't get to that, you want to do the old lock on the back, but
Now, personally, if I'm one of these gentlemen, I pull out of the fight 3 weeks ago.
who booked you a fight to begin with?
Not
Sweet
a very.
beats. I'm going to get so much hate mail from those guys.
Who cares?
I got hate mail for saying I was as excited for this card as R. Kelly at Kids' Choice Awards. So,
He's in control. Nemo's having a tough time.
and he's just
He's got
hammering
a sweet
down.
cross on his butt. That does not feel good.
He was in a very high mount there as well. For a
Nemo's
moment.
going to try to get an overhook, pull him in a
Hammer
little bit.
fist to Nemo. Let's see if he can survive here.
He's trying to bump. He's trying to roll, but he's just got excellent control. Nelson has great control on the top.
And the ref has given him, a lot of opportunities in this.
See, and Nemo's doing the right things, but Nelson is
He's just a
doing
step
the-
ahead.
Yes. I will say this, Nemo's showing me more on his back than he has in the past.
Yep.
The shots raining down here from Joe Nelson. The fight's got to be almost over. Nemo
Lawler's
not
looking
answering.
at
There
it.
we go.
That's it.
Joe Nelson making good on the. Oh, wow, there we go. Something that I would have